I paid $500 for a 2-hour coaching session with Hormozi's ACQ AI. It walked me through everything that he uses for creating sales frameworks for agencies like mine. And I'm going to give you everything that I learned for free so that you can plug it into your Claude and get the exact same result. But that's not even the interesting part. What I'm going to do is show you exactly how I took what I learned, extracted it, and fed it into my own Claude Code sales skill that is helping me drill and bake this into my frameworks permanently so that every single morning when I prepare and practice my sales, I'm locking these frameworks in and actually building them into a habit. Because here's the problem that I see a lot of B2B founders face is that they buy courses, they learn a specific idea, they write it on a sticky note, right? They think, okay, that's a smart idea, but they never actually practice and implement it into their frameworks. And so I'm going to show you how I use the intake of knowledge and bake it into sales skills so that I can actually lock the sales skill in and not leave money on the table. And so my name is Mayor. I run a company called RevGen AI, and everything we do at this point is running through Claude Code. And I used to do the same thing as these other founders. I used to have a system that was in a Google document, and I never actually practiced it. And that's why sales became something that became fuzzy over time and became the core reason why I wasn't closing more deals. And so this is the process that I went through to actually drill my sales skills, and I'm going to show you it here live. So the first step is that I took the transcript from what ACQ AI gave me in that coaching session, and I fed it into Claude. I said, distill the key insights, identify what's new versus what we already have in our sales frameworks, and tell me exactly what we need to practice. And so within minutes, I had 3 specific techniques extracted and ready to drill. And the biggest one is called live math. So creating an actual gap with our prospect and calculating the actual cost of them not taking action and fixing their problem. And so here's the technique. On a discovery call, you pull 5 numbers from the prospect one at a time. At first, you ask, how many qualified conversations are you getting per month? And again, all this is tailored to us as a lead gen agency, but just extrapolate this to how you can actually use insights and bake them into skills. So that was the first question. Then the second one was, what's your close rate? What's your average deal size? What's your total addressable market? And then I do the math for them. So I didn't ask, what would it be worth to solve this problem? Because then they're going to deflect it. They're not actually going to calculate the true value. And if you build the math yourself out loud using their numbers from what they say, it actually has an impact and it actually lands. And so it sounds like this. Right now, you're at $150K a month from 5 conversations. If we were to reach out to 300 companies and even conservatively only reach a 5% reply rate when our average is 10 and above, that's 15 conversations. So at your 40% close rate, that would lead to 6 deals. And at 100K each, that's 600K. You're leaving 450K a month on the table by not solving this. And then you would say, if I were in your shoes, this would be the only thing that I would focus on. It's just how I solve this problem. So why haven't you solved this? And then you shut up and you let them sit in that gap that you've actually created once you've actually got their real numbers. And so step 2 that I did is after I understood this framework, I drilled it not once, but twice. I ran through the full sequence with 3 different AI prospects, and each one had different numbers, different personalities, different objections, and the AI gave me feedback after every single response. And so the first rep, I was asking 2 questions at once, and AI caught it. The second rep, I was asking the prospect to do the math themselves instead of me calculating it for them, and the AI caught this. And then the third rep, I said, if this were true, which was undermining my own numbers and calculation. And again, AI caught this and helped me correct each and every mistake at each and every step. And so by the 10th rep that I did, the full sequence was locked in. The numbers, the gap statement, the pressure question, the silence, everything was clean. And so this is the step that most people miss, is that after they learn something, after I drilled it, I permanently baked the technique into my sales skills. So it's not another note that I'll forget. It's now a section in my discovery call framework that is getting brought up every single time I prepare for a call. And so this is the key. My entire sales framework is built on Hormozi's principles. The way I run discovery, the way I handle objections, the way I close, it all comes from what I've learned through his content and ACQ AI. And every single time I learn something new, I feed it into the system and it becomes permanent. And here's where it gets really powerful. Every single day before my sales call, my AI sales coach is drilling me. I practice the opening frame. I practice the math exercise. I practice handling objections. Every single thing that I learn is what gets practiced now. And so I don't forget it. And after real sales calls, what happens is my sales coach pulls the transcript via API, scores it based off of how I actually performed based off our frameworks, and gives me pointers for next time so that I don't need to critique myself. My AI agent is already sending me that critique after every single live call. And so I'm not practicing in a vacuum anymore. I paid for the best sales coaching I could find, and then I extracted all those frameworks and I built an AI system that helps me drill on it every single day. And after every single real call, I get scored and improve. And so the growth and the improvement is happening week after week. And that's really the loop, is when you can learn how to start extracting frameworks, baking them into your own skills so that it doesn't need to live in your brain anymore. And you can just run the system and improve over time. And this is exactly what I've learned how to do with AI systems. And so I paid $500 for this coaching session, and I'm going to give you the sales skills for free: the discovery structure, the live math exercise, the drill methods, the scoring criteria, everything that my sales skills can do. I'm going to give you for free. So the link for that is down in the description. And if you're a B2B founder or solopreneur who wants help building AI systems that actually fill your calendar with qualified conversations, I have 3 open slots every single week for a free strategy call. I'll leave the link for that in the description as well. And if you like this content, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.